So what up, fam? Here I am with the new segment that I'm gonna call War Stories. Now, this is a part of me that you guys do not know because Instagram, I never talked about my past. It was always the present and the future. But now I want to give you guys a little taste of what I went through, back in the days. So give you guys a little more perspective of how I actually grew from a piece of shit life to the life that I live now. And for those of you guys that don't know, I grew up in Pico-Union. I was born in Boyle Heights, grew up in Pico-Union, and it was a crazy ass time back then, man. I'm gonna try to post up the statistics, but in 1991, 92, 93, that little town led all of Los Angeles in murders. And Los Angeles led the country in murders during that time. So that's around the time that Colors came out, that movie. Gang banging was at its height. And by that I mean real gang banging, not like the shit that happens now, where there was like murders going on every day and stuff. So I want to start off slow with these stories because I don't want to hit you guys with like the worst that I went through right from the gate. Because I'm the type of dude that actually lived that life. Like I seen homies with their head blown off with a shotgun. I've seen people have their arms chopped off in the middle of the street, but I'll get into that at some other time. This today, excuse me. Today, what I want to talk about was a time that I was kicking it at the Knox Center. Knox Center stands for Neighborhood Opportunity Center, right on 11th Street, and it's a place where young kids, teenagers would go so that we could stay out of gangs. Because gangs were everywhere over there in Pico-Union, which is the downtown area for you guys that aren't aware of whole districts in LA and all that. And so we're chilling at the Knox Center, right? Just me by myself. And then Spanky from 18th Street, who was well known, he was cool. He was a knucklehead. He stole my bike one time, but he brought it back. He was just fucking with me. I was a kid. I was like 12 and he was already like 19, 20. But we were chilling, right? And I always knew that kicking it with gangsters was dangerous, especially around that time because of all the shit I would see. And I was at a young age. The teenagers and all the goody two shoes were inside the Knox Center playing games and all that, and I was outside kicking it with Spanky. And that's when Burlington rolled up. And Burlington, that's a gang that a lot of people don't know of, but these are some crazy motherfuckers. These guys are straight killers. And I say that like knowing that they've killed. And they didn't call them the Killer Bees for nothing, man. So, and that was one of 18th Street's worst enemy. And I grew up in 18th Street neighborhood. That's where Spanky was from. And so yeah, we're chilling outside, and fucking Green Eyes rolls up from Burlington with a bunch of other Burlingtons inside the car and the hoopty. And Green Eyes was riding shotgun. He had a fucking Uzi. A fucking Uzi, dude. Banana clip Uzi, just ready to fucking spray. And he rolls up on us. And he's all like, hey, where you from? He tells Spanky. And Spanky already knew what's up. And so he's like, where you from, fool? And then they're like, where you from? And then Spanky starts walking on. He's like, where are you from? And the guy pulls out the Uzi. Green Eyes pulls out the Uzi. And I'm like, damn, I'm about to get smoked. I was 12 years old. But by the grace of God, maybe Green Eyes saw all the kids in the background, and adults working with kids, and maybe he had a change of heart. Maybe he said, we'll catch this dude on the rebound, But by the grace of God, well, Spanky was already walking away, He was moving slick. He was moving slick the way you're supposed to, and if you don't want to get smoked. And so he put the Uzi down. And they took off They took off in the hoopty. They took off, and fucking Spanky starts running. He starts running, and he goes get Crow. Crow was known for he was a crazy motherfucker. He was known for having all the heat, and he goes to get Crow, and my heart was pounding, and everyone inside saw what was happening, and so all the kids were scared too, and he goes and gets Crow, and then I see Crow pick him up. They go off to do whatever they do, and I'm just still chilling there, thinking I just saw my life flash before my eyes at 12 years old. And then you start hearing shots. Pa, 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 pa. And so what I'm thinking is that the Burlingtons went to where the 18th Streeters hang out. They were on a mission. So they went to where the 18th Streeters hang out, where they really hang out, all of them, because where we were at, they didn't hang out. It's just that Spanky happened to be there at the time. And so what I think is they went, but then 18th Street, they had their own heat, and Crow and Spanky were already on the way. So they did what they had to do, and that's a war story from Pico-Union back in the early 90s. And that's when shit was popping, man. So nothing happened to me, thank God. But that was the first time where I felt my life flash before my eyes in the hood. And it definitely wasn't the last. So stay tuned for more stories like that, more war stories. I want you guys to get a glimpse, man, a glimpse of what I went through and what I overcame, because I do have clinically diagnosed PTSD. And that's something that a lot of people don't talk about unless you're in the military or unless you're a police officer. But it happens to people in the hood too. It happens to people in the Barrio. We have PTSD. We have straight up PTSD because, like I said, I saw and my homie saw, and I'm sure you guys, if you guys grew up in the hood, you've seen some bad shit happen that can traumatize your mind. My mom is traumatized from the shit she's seen. I'll tell you more stories about something that my mom and I saw together as a kid, and yeah, that's it, man. And that's where I came from. And now I'm in paradise, yo. I'm in paradise, and stay tuned for more videos. That way you guys could see my whole story play out in real time, and how God helped me. By the grace of God, I am where I am right now. There's no coincidence, guys. There's no coincidence. I don't believe in that, God is in control of everything. It's up to you to stay in his graces. Because if you don't, then what's gonna happen, yo? You always gotta keep God first in your mind. Pray, read the Bible, and stay tuned, because I'm also gonna start doing Bible readings, and I'm gonna relate it to life. So I'm gonna be able to show you how to apply it and all that, because that's what I did. That's how I got my discipline from the time I was locked up. That's where I got my discipline, So yeah, man, stay tuned, all right? Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and more to come.